Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a new spread today. So welcome in. Grab your tea, your coffee, your water. Let's sit down and look at this self-development energy. All right. So this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Takes you right to my book online page. All right, let's get into this reading, looking at the energy of past you. Three of Cups. Beautiful. Celebration, friendship. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's a wonderful friend, that anyone would be very lucky to call you friend. You're very lovable, you're very caring. It feels like there's this sense of wonder that you bring to the world. Feels like you are someone who loves celebrating your friends, loves supporting them, loves supporting their victories, their wins. This is beautiful. Wow. So there's this past communication, someone coming in with something that you don't want to hear. Or it feels like you are this kind and gentle person, very lovable, very likable. People love being around you. However, what is this? There's this negativity, this communication that's painful, that's coming in. I get the feeling that you have some issues around friendships, of how you see yourself feels very limited versus how you are perceived in the past. Feels like I'm talking to someone who is very lovable, very kind, very likable. But you've got this inner self-talk that is not helping you move forward, not helping you create what you prefer. It feels like beliefs around the opposite of what I'm just describing. Nobody likes me. I'm unlovable. I'm undesirable. I don't think these are your beliefs. It almost feels like someone in the past projected their limitations around being lovable, being likable, being someone people really enjoy being around. It feels like someone got in your head in the past, made you think that you're a problem, that you hurt people. This is someone projecting their lack onto you because they didn't like how lovable you were, how well received you are, how people do care about you, how people, I'm getting like coming out of the woodwork to love and support you, that you're fun to be with. I get the feeling there's some type of jealousy from someone in your past around you. And then they said things to you to undermine your confidence. I get the feeling that you just being yourself is very shining and very loving, and people gravitate to that. You want to have a good time. and you uplift others. But there's this energy of this person close to you in the past who does not have that same quality about them. They want so desperately to be viewed how you're being viewed. And I think you outshone them and made them realize that they're not fun, that they don't uplift people, that they're not lovable or whatever. And instead of working on their own issues and deciding I want to become that, instead feels like this person, I want to diminish you. I want to point out all your flaws and pick you apart so you stop being so lovable. So you can't outshine me. Oof. All right. Your current energy is Seven of Pentacles. It looks like you are very focused on creating stability, security, abundance. Whatever you're focused on in the 3D, it feels like you are nurturing and growing these seeds that you've planted into. You're waiting for a payout. You're waiting for what you've been focusing on to mature enough that you reap the harvest from it. This feels, again, tuning into your energies, tuning into how capable of a human you are, of a being you are, is amazing. This is the same type of nurturing, loving care and focus that in the past energy that people enjoyed being around you. On the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Swords, truth. This is you speak in ways that support and uplift others. When you in the past were sharing it with others, you received jealousy and people wanting to block your beautiful energy. Now it feels like you are focusing that on creating something, bringing something for yourself, for others into this world, into this 3D world. Feels like you're making moves in silence, behind the scenes, quietly. It doesn't feel like you're doing this loudly. Feels like it's intentional. There's some mystical energies that you're also tuned into. Wow, esoteric knowledges, mystic. These feel like lower vibrational, as in lower chakras energy, and the subtle energies of feelings and desires. Feels like whatever you are creating is allowing you, it feels like something you're strategizing with. You're very dedicated to and protective of what you're creating. What you're creating is allowing you to let go of this past person that feels like someone who was very jealous of your light and wanted to diminish you, take you down notches, put you in your place, dampen that spirit type of energy. And it looks like you're letting go and healing your heart from this past person and how toxic and hurtful and painful. It feels like whatever you are focusing on, it feels like a new beginning. It feels like what you prefer, what you want to bring into this world. And you're letting go of those who can't match your energy, who who feel jealous of it instead of proud of, this is my person, this is my whatever, and it's so cool. Instead, this person is at a deficit and feels competitive and needs to block so they can be it feels like they want to take you down and be you, be the one that people love to be around and enjoy. But there's just so many wounds and jealousy and energies that this person has not healed, and maybe in this lifetime they're incapable of healing those. And so there's this realization that I'm going to focus on quietly creating what I would prefer with my life. There's something about how you're moving that is quiet behind the scenes. Very interesting. Okay, let's look at messages from your higher self. The Magician in reverse. The Magician upright is someone consciously manifesting, someone who has all the tools they need to create what they desire. And for this person who is in your reading, it feels like those who do not believe that they can create the version of themselves that they prefer, instead of doing the work to become what they prefer, they block others. They try to take down dim others' lights. There's something here. This person has very unhealed childhood trauma. A lot of this person, like their emotional centers, their ego, feels like a 4-year-old, something around the 4-year-old age. So if you address something, address an issue with this person, they're so charged. This person cannot take criticism. Feels like they have internalized a parent that was highly critical of them, and they can't have not being adored, not being the best, not being outshining everyone. And so your higher self wants you to be aware of those who are in this woundedness, who are not interested in building and creating, of uplifting and supporting and celebrating those around, that there are people who don't want the best for you. I'm also realizing that your higher self wants to address not fixing those people, but understanding, identifying why you are, if you still are attached to those type of people that don't like you. That this person has too many issues to like, support, care for anyone else. They're unhealed. You are not their medicine. They have projected their limitations onto you. You are not their medicine. Trying to fix this connection, trying to fix them, isn't where your answer is. Your answer is within. Why am I attracted to or surrounding or allowing people into my energy, close to me, who don't like me, who don't want to uplift me, don't want to celebrate me? that don't want me to shine, that want me to show up in a limited way so I don't offend their ego. Your higher self says that there's a much higher, faster moving energy if you can detach from this lesson of having someone around you, maybe needing, I just need someone, but you're clinging to energies that are unhealed and unwounded and projecting and acting out their frustration onto you. You can't change this energy. It's time to, as sad as it is, it feels like allowing yourself to let go of what didn't work and focus on what is working in your life. So in the Five of Cups, this person, this figure is in grief, so sad that 3 cups have spilled out. It's such an overwhelming loss. However, your higher self is saying, yes, loss, but you still have 2 cups. If you focus on what you do have and turn your attention from here to here, then you'll start seeing, oh, there's a bridge. And there's a bridge to a castle, a place I'd rather be. So allowing yourself to detach from energies, well, your higher self has a lot to say. Some of you, it feels like, feels like this behavior, this jealousy is rooted in your past with 6 of Cups. Maybe this is how you were raised, to accept less than treatment. It feels like the people that raised you created this dynamic of, hey, this is love. I'm not receiving this as love. It's really cold and I don't like being pushed in here. No, this is love. Me up here, dry, comfortable. You down there in your emotions, in the emotions I throw on to you, I project onto you. This is fair. This is loving. Why? What's wrong with you that you don't receive this as loving? Gaslighting. So it feels like your higher self is saying that at the root of this are some beliefs about some woundedness, about how you are permitted to, how people are allowed to treat you. It looks like you have learned new ways. You're willing to speak up, to acknowledge what is not loving. If I do not receive that as love and loving, that doesn't mean that something's wrong with me. I'm not receiving what you are giving as loving and caring. It looks like recognizing, being truthful about who's not for you, not what you would prefer, what you'd want, how you need them to show up, but just accepting. I accept this is who it is, and they don't want me to be blessed. They don't want me to have blessings. They want all blessings to flow from them. So they don't want me to embody my blessedness. Interesting. Okay. What's blocking your potential? Maybe difficulty reading something. No. All right, let's see. What's blocking your potential? The Devil card. Obsession, addiction, codependency. It feels like the people who have been closest to you have also been very jealous of you. Feels like there's a level of dependency. Feels like that's what you're addressing by focusing on building whatever you're creating in this reality, whatever you're focusing on, what moves you're making in silence behind the scenes. It feels like that is a direct response, so you don't have to be dependent on others. Depending on others, feeling codependent, needing others. Need says, I don't have that. And so when you are chronically in need, you're telling the universe, I don't have this. And the universe is like, okay, you don't have that. So obsession, addiction, codependency is really blocking your potential. Something to look into. All right, so family patterns is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Your family has a pattern of not learning any new ways of being. You might have a very traditional family, traditional in their religion, in their mindset. We're not going to change. Not going to change. This is who we are. This is who we've always been. Yeah. Wow. There's a lot in your family that's hidden. A lot that's hidden from the public. A lot of abuse, neglect. It looks like you want to heal this. You're not interested in perpetuating this family pattern. You've seen too much and you're consciously wanting to heal from these patterns. And it's been difficult. It's really difficult to heal from attachment issues. Really difficult to walk away from people that you love and care for, despite their treatment of you. There's this family pattern of blocking people's potential. It feels like hermit crabs. When you put hermit crabs in a bucket, you don't need a lid on the bucket, even though the hermit crabs can figure out how to climb up. And when they get to the top of the bucket and they're pulling themselves out, the other hermit crabs pull them back in. And that's a family pattern. Nobody gets out of this. I don't want anyone to change this, to find a different way, to find their own success, because then that wouldn't reconcile with the family story that you need to protect the family, that you can only get to your happily ever after through the validation of your family members. Ooh, there's a lot of control here. All right, personal issues that are coming up is around the Ace of Wands. Fire, desire, sparks. What sparks you? It looks like as you let go of these family patterns and stop seeing these people how they want you to see them and just see them as they are, that you're able to focus on yourself, on your own healing. Feels like you are really loving yourself, really giving yourself what your family could not. And it looks like, oh, nice. It looks like you've also learned how to evict an internal critic. Anywhere you've internalized these people in your life who've been very negative towards you, it looks like you are healing and releasing from that, so you can have like an inner, instead of an inner critic, an inner cheerleader, an inner wise person, an inner wisdom that you can, that's helpful, that communicates in ways that are helpful, that help you get your spark back. Yes, get your spark back. The sun, healing your inner child, finding happiness. It feels like you're very excited about letting go of these patterns. It feels like this brings you a great deal of happiness, being able to change yourself from within. Wow, beautiful. You're getting a lot of clarity. The more clarity you have, the more happiness you have. It feels like you are becoming the person, the adult that your inner child would have felt very safe and comfortable around. And that's a big deal, because I feel like your inner child was not safe, was not comfortable growing up. And so it feels like you are reconciling with parts of yourself that you've had to detach from to stay in these very unhealthy environments. So you're not getting smaller, or you're becoming more expansive. Wow. All right. What does your conscience say? It looks like you've been isolated. You've gone on a journey to find wisdom, being alone, a willingness to go at it alone. And on this journey, you found your answers. And so your conscience is saying, it's time to come down from those mountains and share what you've learned from your journey. Share what you've learned with others. Wow. And it looks like what you've learned from this journey is how to overcome obstacles, how to heal yourself, how to love yourself, how to move away from who and what's not for you. These are really important lessons. And it feels like you can share that with others by embodying them. It doesn't feel like you necessarily have to go around teaching and telling or writing a how-to book. You could. But it feels like by embodying these, by being the chariot driver, you are showing people. Wow. Wow. All right. Your desire is Four of Pentacles. Ooh, interesting. Your desire, I get two different messages here right off the bat. Yeah, I think it's really difficult for you to let go of whoever this is. It feels like you're attached, still holding on to a belief, you're holding on to a fantasy of happily ever after with this person. And I think if you could make any wish, it would be that was the person I've been talking about in this reading, the jealousy, the person wanting to take you down a notch. It feels like that could very well be a partner, someone in your house, in your home, and it feels like you would just love for it to work out. You would love for them to wake up and see things differently, see things the way you see them. But there's this message here of seeing these people clearly, seeing this person, this connection, that those who are unwilling to change, unwilling to heed the calling. The calling's coming from in the house, inside. For those who are unwilling to do the inner work, you can't do the work for them. You can't raise their vibration. You can't beg them. You can't push them. You can't let them go. I'm getting this message here of trying to get someone to be something they can't. It feels like I don't want to do this journey by myself. I'd really love the company. I'd love for the people around me to also change and evolve and grow. You're very intuitive at this time. Your role is not to sacrifice yourself and to stay in imbalanced places that are not for you. It's not your job to sacrifice everything for people who do not perceive your value. They can't perceive your value. Like, they literally can't perceive it. And so there's this message of, I know it's hard to let go. I know it's hard to detach from this. All right, so moving on to the lesson. Yes, King of Swords. The lesson is detaching, being head over heart, recognizing what's truthful, what's not truthful, what's for you, what's not for you, being discerning, being willing to cut out people and situations that aren't for you. That's the lesson. The advice is the Six of Cups in reverse, is to heal from those past traumas. Heal those childhood wounds. To accept the past as it happened. I accept the past. I accept that the past couldn't have happened any differently. Under that premise, if the past is the past, I can't change it, I can't influence it. All my power is right now. Take what you've learned. Take the higher road. I'm getting to let those from your past who can't make moves like you make, that aren't on the same trajectory, on the same soul path. Let them go. They're unable to make the leap. They're unable to get out of the cycle that they're in. And you're not their medicine. They were yours. They're the truth pill. Wake up. By detaching from those who are not for you, that have shown they don't care about you, they don't know how to, you don't receive love from them, The more you detach from this energy, the more you focus your love and care towards yourself and learn how to fill your own cup, how to take that wisdom and share with others, how to seek peace within, then it feels like that's where the advice is. To take the focus off of these people need to change. These people, this person did this, that. Yes. So moving away from those people instead of needing them to change so you feel better, being like, thank you for showing me who you are. I'm going to pull my energy from this connection, these connections, and I'm going to focus on myself and loving myself. Loving myself looks like healthy boundaries. Loving myself looks like going my own way. Loving myself looks like finding my own answers, my own perspective, validating my own emotions and my own experience. Loving myself looks like not working with or being around people who don't want to uplift you but feel a need to project their limitations onto you. So, all right, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for letting me play with this new spread. Let me know if you enjoy this spread, and take care. Have a great day. Bye.